Hi, welcome to Regenerate, Don't Degenerate. We're going to be doing some core exercises today. You warmed up, right? Give me at least 10 minutes of warm up. If you haven't, let's get really warmed up. We're going to be working on our core.
I'm warm.
Our core. You're warm?
I'm warm.
I'm warm. We're going to be doing some core exercises.
It was 77 degrees today. That's how warm I am.
That's awesome. Whoa, you didn't get my mat down there.
Oh, you want a mat?
Yeah, what I have for a mat? Okay, gonna need a mat. I'm telling you, today's mat day, right? So here we go.
Oh, we usually do them opposite.
Okay, we're gonna do this opposite.
There you go.
Okay, so we're gonna be down.
Sure, you just get right and I'll make.
Let me get down there. We're gonna get down here. We're gonna be doing what's called a cobra. Now, as you watch me, you're gonna think I'm using my hands, and I'm not. I'm gonna be using my hands to support myself. But to do this cobra, pick yourself up as far as you can. I'm just holding my hands, just do a little bit of support, but I'm pulling myself up with my back.
Coming up like this.
Yes.
And then you're just putting your hands there.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the cobra. Let's hold it a little bit more, Keep holding, keep holding. Okay, let her go. Whoa, how'd that feel? Did you like that?
A little bit in the lower back if you're not careful.
Yeah. Now don't take it up to the point that it's hurting. You don't want to do that. Just bring yourself up like you can, and hold it there. We're going to hold it there a little bit. Let's do one more of those, okay? Bring it up, and hold it there. This is part of the core exercise where you're working with your back as well as your abdomen. I'm sorry, I can't look at the camera. I can't see that eye. But we're working to get ourselves strengthened in the back. Let it down. You know what happens?
Now I found out that if I put my elbows down, it takes some of the pressure off my back, but then that's not giving my core.
You're supposed to be holding with your back. You're just holding this for balance. That's all.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to do one more because this is the first time. Instead of doing 4, we're going to do 3. So let's come up into our cobra. Hold it up there. Hold it up there. Keep holding. Little bit more. Little bit more. Okay, let it go. So where did you feel that?
In my lower back.
Lower back. I'm feeling a little bit up in my shoulders.
No, I totally, mine's right here.
So, okay.
So now we're gonna land her.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the crunch.
We're gonna do crunch next, which is typical crunch,
what it
right?
sounds like. Crunch.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. Now, I'm getting down there like an old man, huh? So this is hands behind your head, and you're just gonna. We're not coming up. It's not the old-fashioned sit-up. We're just bringing ourselves up.
Is it like this?
Yep.
And don't crunch your neck. I'm not.
Yeah.
My hands aren't even pushing on my
Just
neck.
have your hands at the side so you're not using them for pulling yourself up. Okay, let's let that rest for a little bit. So, haven't been working that one much, have you? She's the one that's been telling me how she's not been getting workouts lately, so I say, whatever, we'll get there. We'll get you working out. You know, I'm recognizing that some of what we're doing is a little bit challenging for some people. For others, it's not. And I've mentioned this before. We're resting between sets on these crunches. I've mentioned that before, and you know, finding a happy medium between exercises that some people can do and other people can't is a real challenge for this, and I'm working on that in my mind to come up with a solution that can be good for everybody. I'm going to figure this out. But in the meantime,
let's do more crunches.
Let's do some more crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you think 2 sets of those is about good enough for you? Okay, Rita's vote is 2 sets is going to be good enough for her, okay?
I spasmed or something with that first move.
Well, that's not good.
I'm totally spasming right now.
Then you need to take it easy. She overdid it. She tends to do that. She gets really vigorous and wanting to do a lot. and she creates some problems for herself. I think you need to relax, okay? Cheer me on.
On camera.
On camera. On camera. Next, we're going to do some what's called bent over.
You're going to use the big ones.
Yeah, I'm ready for that. Going to do some bent over flies. Can you adjust the camera maybe? Is that possible? Are you able to do that? Yeah. That was a nice jump. So, for these flies, we're taking our knees, bend them a little bit. We're bending over, we're sticking our rump out. We fly ourselves up like that.
Use
3.
your hand, use your arm.
4. Yes.
Weights.
5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Let those sit down a little bit.
You're just showing off.
I'm not showing off. I'm getting a workout, and that's important that I get a workout. And I know there are others who are saying, "Yeah, Jim, we need a little more." And for those of us who need to do less, that's fine. We do what we can do. Doing too much is a mistake. Rita's a good example where she thought she could do it. She's done it in the past, and it's been a while. And she's finding that it's creating some problems for her. So you don't want to overdo. You quit when you start feeling those twinges. These last few times she's felt twinges from time to time. She backs off, does some lighter exercises, and
come right back,
and she tends to be recuperating. So one more set of this bent over fly. Knees flexed a bit. We're bent over, rump is sticking out. Pick them up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Rinda, what's the next one we need to get ready for there?
You need to do the supine dead bug.
Okay. Now, because you might need to adjust that camera again. Because we're exercising a few different parts of us, and because we can rest while we're laying down, we're going to get down, starting to get in position. And the dead bug, I'm going to need to move away from the wall just a little bit here, okay? So for the dead bug, we're kind of doing this kind of a thing, okay? So it's the bug is kind of wiggling its legs and its arms, its tentacles, okay?
Like this?
Yeah. So, getting a little bit of workout there in our abdomen. It's not a hard one. It's kind of we did a harder one, now we're doing a bit of an easier one. Let's go just a little bit more. We're getting a good workout on that tummy. Okay, let's let that go down now. What's the next one? The glute bridge?
Yep. It's the supine pelvic tilt.
Oh, okay. So can they see you well enough? Yeah. So let me explain this next one. This is what's called the supine pelvic tilt. So
I just put a pillow under my back to give me support because I know I don't think it's going to work.
That's going to hurt you with this.
No, actually, that feels okay. Because I wouldn't go this way, right?
Okay. Okay. So what we're doing is we have our legs pulled up like we're showing here. And your arms just flat out on the floor. And what we do is we tilt our pelvis so it's kind of like a forward tilt, so that you're flattening your back out, and then we bring it up into an arch. We're just kind of going back and forth with that. Okay. So
it's kind of like a cat-cow, only you're laying down.
Yes.
So you're pulling your pelvis up towards your belly, and then pushing it back down.
When you say it's like a cat-cow is moving your back slightly. This is actually using your pelvis
to move.
Where with the cat-cow, we're really not trying to activate our pelvis. But this is activating our pelvis. So let's bring it to where we're holding it. We've got it, our tummy is sucked in, our pelvis is tipped back, and we're going to hold it there for a little bit.
Makes you feel really thin when you're doing it right.
Yes, yes. Okay, that's enough holding. Let's rock it a few more times, back and forth. Good stretch in it, good pull in it. We're training our abdomen, just hold it again, to be able to tighten and also to work our pelvis so that we're feeling it in different positions and getting a feel for how we can adjust it, because with our, let's let it go. Let's let that rest for just a little bit. With our posture, our pelvis is a big part of our posture, how we have our pelvis positioned. If we tip it too far forward or too far back, we deviate our posture and cause a lot of problems for our lower back, for all of our joints that are affected by how we stand. And that can really contribute, if we're holding it wrong, to a bad looking posture, but more than that, it can contribute to a lot of that back pain that many people suffer and experience through. So let's do a few more of those now that we've rested just a bit. So tighten it up, or tip it forward, tip it back, or tip it back, tip it forward, I guess is more the direction. Okay? Back, forward, back, forward, back, and we're engaged, right? Forward, and we're breathing, back, forward. Okay, let's let that go. So,
your next one is the supine reverse march.
Okay, which is similar to the dead bug, but we're not doing our hands, okay?
Okay.
So, we're going to be marching while we're supine like this. It's a little bit more of a, I like what Rinda's doing, is where she's not putting them down. It's kind of like a slow bicycle in a way. You know, you're kind of picking up and putting down, but getting a little bit of workout, keeping that abdomen tight, engaged. It's important that we do that. Let's let that rest. How's that feeling? Getting a little bit of a workout in there? Yes, this is good stuff. It's great getting ourselves worked out. So let that rest just a little bit more. The thing to do is, if you find yourself needing more rest in between, take a little bit more rest. If you find yourself able to take less rest, take less rest. Be comfortable with what you're doing. Go at a pace that you enjoy, that you feel good. Okay, let's do a few more of those reverse marches, okay? March, hut, 2, 3, 4. We're getting that marching going on. Keeping that core engaged, right? Keeping those movements happening. Not overwhelming, but this is working you. It's probably doing some work that you haven't done before. Just a couple more, we can do it, we can do it. Okay, so let that go. So, you enjoying this? I am. This is feeling good. It's got me going like I need to go. I'm feeling like I'm getting some exercises with this.
Supine rotator cuff.
Supine rotator cuff. That's the second to the last one?
This one right here. These going.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember.
Oh, this way, and then your snow angels this way. Okay.
Yeah. So this next one, we're actually doing some movement with our arms that is working on a rotator cuff, but it's also, what we don't want to do is have our back deviate. In this case, we want to just lay normal with our back, and if our back starts to, the part of our back that's arched starts to unarch and go closer to the ground, then stop, because the point here is to have your arms with the mobility to do the back movements without your back having to compensate. Because when our back has to compensate for those kind of movements, it deviates our posture and causes strains where we don't want to have strains. So we're trying to train our back and our rotator cuffs to work together so that we can get the movement we need. So
We're not lifting our heads, right?
no, we're not lifting our heads. We're just lifting our arms, and we're taking them as far back as we can. And once our back starts to go up, stop, and then come forward again. And let's go back. Let's just do this a few times. Now, Renda can go back further than I can. It just has to do with the way that she's made, or else the flexibility that she has. But for me, I have some limitations on how far back I can get my arms to go. It's not unusual, but feel that back. If you feel it starts to rise or go in, it's time to stop, because you're going to start deviating. You don't want to do that. Okay, let's stop and let's rest that. So this is a great practice to do to start teaching your rotator cuff and your arms how they can move better, to give you the mobility that you need, but how to have your back work in unison, to get those muscles working together so that they can allow those arms to go and not have to compensate by moving your back. So let's do a few more of those. Take them back, bring them forward. 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 Okay, let's let that rest. This next one we're going to do is
Snow angels.
it's going to be snow angels, and this is going to be.
Is it this?
It's actually more like this.
What is it?
Well, there's a couple of movements.
Something like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna be hitting you here. So we're going to be doing a snow angel here on the mat today. We're going to take our arms and we're going to swing them back around, palms up, and bring them up as far as you can, and then back down. Spring them around. And once again, once your back starts deviating, you've gone as far as you're able to go. Don't take it further than that. Just keep working on it. Over time, you'll be able to go further and easier without your back deviating.
The interesting muscle that is getting it is right in here.
Yes.
That's interesting. Just above the breast line.
Yep. Yeah, well, like I say, you've got muscles that are tight.
I'm going to stop, since that's a new one.
That is a new one.
Overdo it.
Okay, I'm going to let that rest, then we'll do a few more of those. She's got to her limit. She's going to be smart. She's going to quit before she hurts herself. And that's what we need to do. We don't want to overdo. We never want to overdo.
I'm going to sit the last one out because it's a front plank.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Let's do a few more of these. And we're getting that stretched out nice snow angel here going on, right? Great snow angels. Couple more movements of that. One more here, one more. We can do this. We can do it. Okay. Now I'm gonna set up and get myself turned over here so I can get ready for this last one that we're doing.
Why don't you do it sideways for them? They'll be able to see.
That's true. Let me pull this mat over here and I will do this sideways. So the last one we're going to do today is a forward plank.
Front plank.
A front plank, sorry. Forward, front, kind of the same thing, right? And I'm only going to do it to my elbows. I'm not going to do the full one up to my arms. I think elbows is plenty for us. So the point here, and I'm going to do it from my knees, not from my feet. So we want a straight line from our shoulders to our knees, and we're going to hold this here. We're going to hold it for about 30 seconds. Obviously, core is engaged. Trying to keep a straight line, trying to keep steady. If you get to the point that you say, oh, that's enough, that's fine. It's okay to do as much as you can. But do what you can, hold it there, hold it good and tight, good and steady. Just keep in mind today this is about the core. This is mostly about the abdomen and a bit about the back, so we can get those strengthening for us and get them working for us so that they're there when we need them. Because every movement we make depends. Okay, let's let that down. Every movement we make is going to depend on the core or the back or both. It's hard to, I guess you can move your fingers and your toes pretty much. But other than that, there are very few movements that don't require the back and the abdomen or both together. Back or the abdomen or both. So we got to keep that in mind. It's important to keep this, this is not the day to skip. Okay, let's come up again into the front plank position. Let's hold that nice and steady. I'm just going to go a little bit more on this and allowing it to get us stronger, make us the way we want to be. You think that's enough, Rhonda?
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to come out of that. Going to do a little bit of relaxing now, kind of shake that out. Rhonda mentioned the cat-cow, so to help us kind of come down out of all of this core exercise, we're going to do a few cat-cows here now. Let us get relaxing from all of this core tightening and moving and exercises that we've done. Whatever we can do to help this get cooled down a bit, that's what's going to be important here. Getting us cooler, getting us cooler. I'm feeling good about it. I'm enjoying this. One of my favorites, and I think with what we've done today, this is probably a good time to do it. I'm going to do my bent over leaning. I've got my feet a little bit past shoulder width apart, flexing at the knees, and I'm just going to lean over, let myself go. I'm not holding back up, I'm not pushing down, but I'm just relaxing. We worked the back today. Let's kind of let it relax for us. Get it very, very, very relaxed. Just let it hang down. If you've had enough, you've had enough. Go ahead, slowly stand back up. If you need to do a little bit more, keep hanging over. I'm letting mine relax more and more. I'm a little bit tight. That's kind of the reason I'm wanting to do it. I don't know if anybody else is tight, but this is a good way to get that back opened up and a little bit more flexed out. We've been working it hard, and I think it's trying to tighten up on me today. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to let that go. Instead of coming all the way up, I'm going to go down slowly. Go down. I'm going to sit back and get ready for the child pose so that, and let me sit sideways so you can kind of see my form and how I'm doing that. And this is a great one to practice, to work up to where you can come down as far as I can. If you only come a little way, you could pop a pillow under here to cushion you so you can just relax back down on it. This is a relaxing move, not a strengthening move, but you need the flexibility so that something pokey over here getting me. This is not a good mat. Anyway, we're going to sit down into our heels if we can. Then we're going to bring ourselves forward. Just let ourselves relax. This is not about...
Sorry, he had a leaf on his paw.
Oh, Rhonda's picking on the puppy. We're letting ourselves relax, letting our heart rate slow back down, letting all those muscles go back to where they need to be. This child pose is a great pose for relaxation in a lot of ways. It's one that I enjoy doing. It's one that helps your body reposition itself and get comfortable. It's great for your organs. It's a wonderful exercise to relax with. So if you need to hold that a little bit longer, that's great. Keep doing that. I want to come and thank everybody for watching again today and being part of this and doing some good for yourself, doing some regeneration so that you can start feeling better and better about yourself, about your life, about what's going on. It's the way to go. It's the way that you can take care of yourself, give yourself a pat on the back every day with the exercises you're doing. But other people are going to be watching you. They're going to be watching what happens to you. They're going to notice that there's some differences in the way you're acting, the way you seem to be feeling, and eventually in the way that you look. As it's going to make you be amazed at the changes that's going. So regeneration can't happen for pretty much everybody. Keep at it, keep working at it. I love being here with you. Share this with everybody that you can. Let's get lots of people involved in this and enjoying the exercises and regenerating without degenerating. Take care till tomorrow.